Rob Rabon. I have a 2011 Mustang. There's no carpet and there's no headliner in it, so keep that in mind during this whole video. This is going to be a video of my unbiased opinion of the new AWE exhaust. AWE is a company up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the US, and they specialize in mostly Euro stuff. Volkswagen exhaust, I guess they do some Porsche stuff. We're going to test this against the stock exhaust, and I'm going to give you a couple revs and some driving, and also how loud it is inside of the car from this camera. In this box is the new axle backs from AWE Tuning. These are brand new for your 2011 to 2014 Ford Mustang GT. Let's check them out. This will be the part number. You can get these from your friends at AmericanMuscle.com. Everything's packed nice and neat. In the big box is this separate box, Unlock Performance. In here you get clamps, foam tips. You also get a blow pop. It's a nice touch. That's good customer service. Thank you for this blow pop, AWE Tuning, like the watermelon ones. Strawberry ones are really good too. It's nice that they secured the blow pop too, right here. These tips are really nice. Nice and fat, big. Everybody likes a nice fat, big tip. And you get an AWE sticker. These are T-bolt style clamps too. These are pretty high quality. They look to be stainless. And this is the actual axle back. It's pretty big, pretty fat, but it has their 180-degree technology, which is supposed to be really good at canceling drone. I know a lot of people complain about the drone on their 5.0s, especially on the highway and whatnot. The welds are really nice on these things. Brackets are nice and sturdy. Everything should go in its factory location, and then it's got the ball socket type connection, so that'll go right to your over axle pipes. So overall, on the whole package, I give it a thumbs up so far. I'll give it 2 thumbs ups. Right now, the exhaust is stock Ford exhaust manifolds, lethal off-road X-pipe, stock over axle pipes, and they do have resonators on them still. So this would be what your stock exhaust would sound like without catalytic converters. Not that I don't have catalytic converters all the time or anything, but this is just what's on the car right now for off-road use. Let's see how it sounds with just the stock exhaust. Drive around a little bit, see what happens. Alright, hopefully I don't get pulled over or any of this, because I don't have a front plate on the car right now, and that's illegal in the state of Maryland, because Maryland is a very stupid state, and they worry about things like front plates instead of the opioid epidemic or the super high crime rate. They're worried about my front plate! Alright, let's go. As you can hear, it's not very loud. We're doing 55 in 4th gear currently. 3,700 RPMs. It's pretty quiet. All you can really hear is probably the transmission whining a little bit because it's an MT82 and there's 80,000 miles on the car and it's had a rough life. Spinning in 3rd. As you can hear, it's still pretty quiet even though we're doing like 60 now. I really need more grunt in my Coyote. So we're gonna take this stock stuff off. Let's install the AWE stuff and see what it sounds like. Step 1, jack up the vehicle. Step 2, put jack stands under the vehicle so you don't die. It's gonna be pretty easy to take off. I don't mind that rear diffuser, it melted because the car got shaken to death on the road trip. The stock axle backs are gonna come off pretty easy. We're gonna keep the stock hangers where they are. So we're gonna keep those and basically just slide the metal out. So all we need to do really is get our main clamp out. There's gonna be a 13mm bolt on this clamp. Get it pretty loose because you need to be able to get that ball socket out of the other part of it. Just leave it to where there's like a couple threads left on here. Now in the hangers, it's all rubber and 1 or 2 of them has like a wiener head on it. You want to lube that up maybe a little bit if you want. You can do it dry, but we might put a little grease on there. Pop this right out. So after you loosen that up, try to pop it out of that socket. Like so. And you can probably push your over axle pipe up a bit. Also, we're gonna take the clamp out just because it's gonna be in the way. You should also wear gloves while doing this because you'll probably cut yourself if you don't. Alright, take that clamp out. Now you have a lot more wiggle room and you should be able to get this out of the hangers a lot easier. There's the old one. There's the new one. The old one is ugly and this one is really pretty. Also, the hangers don't have those little nipple things on there and they're facing the other way, which might actually be to our advantage. So the axle back is on, looking all pretty. And one thing about this kit is that the tips are separate, which is actually a pretty good idea because then you can extend them out or push them in, which is nice because I think the 11 and 12, I think the mufflers are a little bit further in than on the 13s and 14s. Let's see what it looks like with a tip. I said before, these tips are really nice and clean and pretty. It comes with these nice T-bands. They're called Clampcos. They're made in the USA too. So it should be nice and strong. Really want to have these out of sight and out of mind, but because I'm just doing this for a test, I'm gonna put it down, facing down, just so I can reach it easier. These clamps are gonna be 7/16. I want my tips to stick out a bit. I want people to know what's up. Make sure that's tight, because you don't want that to fall off and hit a bus full of nuns or anything. Really, you should hide this clamp. You can like turn it up or turn it around or something, but it looks good. It looks really good on there. I think it's gonna sound amazing too. They look very pretty. I cleaned them up because my hands are greasy because I am a greasy bastard. Let's see what they sound like. Alright, this is gonna be the first startup. That's a lot louder than I thought it would be, actually. Interesting. Take me a while to update this video because it's been really crappy in Maryland as far as weather. There's been a bomb cyclone, whatever the hell that is. Something to do with nature trying to eradicate humanity with wind. So it's been very windy and I didn't think that that would be very representative of the exhaust. Sun is right about at golden hour. So yeah, we got that going for us too. But let's go for a ride and you'll hear how this thing sounds. It's not overly obnoxious inside the car. It's definitely louder than the stock mufflers, but it's definitely not as loud inside as some other options. Sometimes I feel like when I'm on the side of the road, people are aiming for me. As you can hear inside, it's definitely a little more noticeable than stock. Well, a lot more noticeable than stock, but it lets you know what gear you're in. But on the highway, when you're in 5th or 6th, it's very subtle. It's not overly quiet. You still know that you have a V8 under the hood, but it's not anything that's too loud. It's definitely not too quiet either. With the stock exhaust, even with the off-road X-pipe, I could barely hear what the hell was going on. Thought I stalled out a bunch of times when I had the stock axle backs on the car. It's a nice refined tone. It doesn't sound cheap. It's not overly raspy. I actually like these a lot. The whole setup is very easy to put together. The welds are all really nice. The whole system is really well put together. I do like it. The axle backs were a little bit bigger than I thought that they would be. Because they're so big, I thought that they were actually going to be super quiet. So I was actually pretty impressed with how loud it was. I like my exhaust loud, me personally. Not obnoxiously loud. I've heard some exhaust that makes it louder than what straight pipe would be. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I don't know if they put a horn at the end of the muffler or something. I don't know. Is it a trumpet on the end of the mufflers that makes it louder? I really don't understand it. So also with the kit, there was the watermelon blow pop. I'm gonna give my opinion on that too. Now the sun is completely in my face. I don't need a lot of blow pops because I am a type 1 diabetic. And I take insulin and all that cool stuff, but I do enjoy an occasional snack. This isn't gonna make me die or anything, so don't panic. The blow pop is nicely wrapped from Charms. Charms makes the blow pop. It's a finely crafted blow pop. It's good. It's good blow pop. For those that aren't familiar with blow pops, it's a hard candy lollipop with a piece of gum inside of it. It's like 2 in 1. It's kind of like the AWE exhaust, actually. It's like kind of 2 in 1. It's aggressive, but it's also subdued. I'm gonna do a couple quick pulls so you can hear how loud it is inside the car. I was like 5 miles an hour to speed limit's 45. It was 5 miles an hour to 45 miles an hour. It's a nice aggressive tone when it needs to be. So if you like this exhaust, it's available from your friends at AmericanMuscle.com. It's the AWE tuning touring axleback for your 2011 to 2014 Mustang. And it comes with a free blow pop. So, yeah. Do one more pull. There's a lot of exhaust options out there. I think this is a really good one. They've been doing a Euro thing for a while. They seem to be a great company. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And have a good day.